Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Welcome back to News Watch 12. This morning we are tracking both rain and snow showers this morning, mainly along and west of the Cascades. Snow levels around 3,000 feet. They're going to be raising up to around 4,000 feet a little bit later in the day. And we'll go ahead and put all of this into motion with Stormcast, and we stopped this around lunchtime. You can see it's still going to be pretty widespread at this point, moving much further to the east of the Cascades by the time we get to dinner time. But then a little bit of a lull in the action for midnight. Not a very widespread lull, but you can see it'll be a little bit calmer at this point. And then we do have the arrival of this next storm system into Friday morning, but this one's not looking nearly as impactful. It doesn't look like we're going to have as much rain or snow with this one, even though it will be very bright and vibrant on Stormcast. Other models are suggesting that this round is just not going to be nearly as heavy or as potent. So we'll keep a very close eye on what the models end up saying. But for right now, we're going with low impacts for tomorrow. Here's some of the water totals that we're expecting for both today and tomorrow. And this is not just rainfall, but this is also melted snowfall. And we're thinking that the bulk of that is going to be in the Illinois Valley, up in the Cascades, and along the coast, as we could have upwards of maybe half an inch to an inch of water, but definitely a lot less for west side valleys and to the east of the Cascades. Again, snow levels are right around 3,000 feet for this morning, raising up to around 4,000 feet a little bit later in the day, and essentially it's going to be the exact same cycle for tomorrow. So speaking of snow, here's some of the snowfall totals we're expecting through Friday night. Of course, this is subject to change, but I'm thinking a trace to 4 inches for Siskiyou County passes, even though models are really all over the place with Siskiyou County totals. So I'm being very conservative. I'm going with the trace to 4 inches down this way, and then 1 to 3 inches for our east side passes, and then anywhere between 6 to 18 inches for a Cascade passes, with 4 to 6 inches for Siskiyou Summit. So if we did have chain requirements or road closures, it would be up in the Cascades, also for portions of Siskiyou County, specifically off of California 89. So for today, widespread rain and snow and winds again. It's essentially the same forecast as yesterday, but the winds will be a little bit calmer, although they could still gust upwards of 35 miles per hour, especially to the east of the Cascades. Then for tonight, the winds will mostly calm down, although they could still gust upwards of 20 miles per hour along the coast and up in the Cascades, but the wind's definitely not going to be as much of a factor for tomorrow. Overall, tomorrow will be a little bit drier, and then expecting some much drier weather into the holiday weekend. Much warmer too, back into the 60s, and look at that, near sunny and 75 by the time we get to Tuesday. Here's a 7-day forecast for the coast. Rain and thunderstorms likely for today, showers likely for tomorrow, much drier for Saturday, and then 3 days of sunshine in a row from Sunday through Tuesday. Then for Siskiyou County, again, the snowfall estimates over the next 48 hours are kind of all over the place. So if you can avoid traveling on some of those passes, specifically Black Butte Pass and Snowman Summit, maybe do that if you can. And then to the east of the Cascades, we're expecting 1 to 3 inches on some of those Oregon 140 passes. Probably less than an inch for Klamath Falls and Lakeview, but still dangerous pass travel up in the Cascades over the next couple of days. So please just use caution up that way. And then for the Rogue Valley, rain and thunderstorms likely for today, but a completely different scene by the time we get to Easter.